Welcome back to the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. This is our final segment of the show, and I'm so happy that you decided to stay with us and be a part of the adventure. We hope you enjoyed the interview about the Gas app and what Field is doing. If you missed that, you can always catch up. Go to paulamedeuslane.com. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel on all the formats where you can listen to the show, the audio format of the show too. That's the best way to connect. Sean, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? The Gas app. You know, sometimes we drive a lot. It'd be nice to set up our gas refill and get it done. Pretty cool, isn't it? All right. For our last segment, I wanted to revisit a person that I interviewed earlier this year after CES 2017. She was actually one of my guests from CES 2017. Went to her booth and checked it out. Her name is Crystal Dugan. Now, you might remember her. Here's a little video of her. Crystal Dugan. She was my guest. She was amazing. And I did something during the interview there that I normally don't do. I let her hold my microphone because she was that cool. You can see it right there if you're watching the screen. But I wanted to have Crystal back on with me to talk about some of the different things that they're doing over there at My Arcade. Sean, I am tripping today. I can't speak today. My Arcade, and some of the things they're doing when it comes to retro gaming. If you're a retro gamer out there or thinking about being a retro gamer, they're your one-stop shop, and you'll see why. And joining me right now is the lady herself, the woman extraordinaire, gamer geek. We're talking about Crystal Dugan, head of marketing over at My Arcade. She and I had a blast at CES 2017. I showed you a little bit of the video clip before I brought her on. And isn't she amazing? I'm digging the hair, I'm digging the BB-8, digging everything. Crystal, you are just, you know, the geek dream of just geekdom. You know that?
I know. I get it a lot, and I'm okay with that because I have been like this since I was a kid. My first crush was actually Luke Skywalker.
Nice.
So,
and you know, we filmed this segment on May the 4th, so May the 4th be with all of us. You know, belated for ones who are watching it now and on Sunday. But you know, when we look at the way technology was back then to where we see it now, it's like when we first saw the X-wing and everything, it was like, oh, this is nice. But now, you know, we're seeing all these other different kind of holograms and everything. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Did you ever think we'll get to this point of kind of technology, Crystal?
no, never. I couldn't have even imagined.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you have one of the coolest jobs out there. I think I told you that when I first met you, because you're able to game, and then you're able to, you know, to really at the forefront when it comes to retro gaming, what you guys are doing over there at My Arcade. And tell us, is it really your dream job?
You know, I gotta be honest, it really is. I've been a lifelong gamer, so starting probably with, I'd say probably Atari, ColecoVision, Atari, and then really got into it with the NES. But that's kind of something I just grew up with, and I've loved ever since. So kind of doing this, I really understand what gamers want because I am a geeky, nerdy gamer myself. So it just kind of almost comes naturally, and I get to talk about video games all day. With people like you, Paul. It's amazing.
Absolutely. That's why I said when I switched my focus to tech, I was like, man, I'm not even working no more. I'm just having fun. And you know, and you can really tell that you're passionate about what you're doing, Crystal. When we had that discussion over at CES, you know, you can really tell that, dang, this is like, it's more than a job. It's an adventure with you. And it's awesome. And it's some of the things we talked about at CES. And for some of our viewers who are watching us on video right now, you can see like a little video of Crystal right there, and she has a little. Why don't you explain what it is, Crystal? I don't want to mess it up.
All right, sure. Yeah, that's actually, so in the background you can kind of see the NES Classic, which was put out by Nintendo during the holiday season. So what I have in my hand is actually a wireless controller that was made especially for it. Well, that one actually was wired. Of course, we made a few of them because the main problem people complained about was that the controller only came with a 2-foot cord. So what we did was took it a step further and made wireless ones, and then also an option for those, diehards, a 10-foot cord.
And we talk about retro gaming right now because I'm into the Xbox, PS4, everything, but I'm always down with the classics: Super NES, ColecoVision. I go back to the Odyssey, Atari, and I remember when Pac-Man first came out on Atari 2600, and then it came on the 5200. We thought we had everything back then. So when we see the retro gaming, who's kind of like pushing, I guess the nostalgic of the retro gaming? Is it this generation, or is it the millennials, and even some baby boomers too? They kind of get down with that too.
It's I would say it's probably millennials and older is really leading this. I've read a lot about kind of millennials and things, and they're a very nostalgic group. So you kind of see a lot of 90s fashions coming back, and the old style in not just gaming, but it's bleeding over to kind of everything. So they've really kind of led the charge with the nostalgic feel, and then it's kind of getting everyone else on board. Anybody who remembers it from going to the arcade when they were a kid, and then any of those people are actually getting their kids on board. So it's really kind of a whirlwind for everybody, and something anybody can enjoy at any age.
And how, as a company over at My Arcade, that you guys stay relevant with the technology, but staying true, to the core of what it was in the beginning with the Super NES controller that you guys made, the wireless one and the wired one. How difficult is that to stay true to the core values of the NES?
So that was a little bit hard, because what you want to do is make something modern, but that also kind of reflects that awesomeness of the past. So we still kept the body and the colors, maybe a more classic look, and then went kind of more modern with the technology that's in it. So it actually has, the Bluetooth connectivity. I'm sorry, the wireless connectivity is not actually Bluetooth, but so the wireless connectivity that you would find in the modern age, but still stylistically, kind of that shape and the color and the feel of the older, units.
And what's been kind of the feedback that you've gotten from the purist out there, when it comes to retro gaming? Have they been haters, or have they been, embracing this, like, hey, yeah, I would like to be able to sit down in my couch away from my my console, because I have an 85-inch TV and I don't want to go blind? Are
exactly.
They, are
that's
they
actually something we've gotten a lot of praise for, is the fact that it's wireless, and they can use it now sitting from their couch instead of being 2 feet away from this huge TV. And ours also has a reset button, so they didn't even have to get up to actually press. You have to get up every time and press the reset button. So we've eliminated that. So we've actually gotten a lot of praise for those 2 different factors and features, and it's actually one of the best sellers on Amazon as far as NES classic accessories goes.
That is so cool. And how do you guys do R&D, research and development, to to come up with a home run like this? Because R&D is kind of hard, because in your mind, being a gamer, and also the team's mind, you're like, this is going to be awesome, this is going to be dope. But then you have to take in consideration the consumers out there, the ones who are picky, the ones who are purists. And talk about how difficult it is to do like R&D on something like this.
It's actually very difficult, mainly because gamers are surprisingly picky.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. We know what we want, and we're very particular, and we want it to kind of be something classic and what we know and love. So it is a little bit picky, or it's a little bit hard just because of the pickiness that gamers have. But I think we have a really good group here. We're actually all very passionate about retro gaming in general, but particularly retro gaming. So we kind of look for those opportunities and see what people were complaining about. That 2-foot cord was like the number one thing people were complaining about. And then the second thing was that reset button. So we take all of that feedback and consideration when we do things like this, so that we can kind of build the ultimate piece for gamers.
And Chris, let's talk about fanboy out there, because fanboys picky. We talked about the gamers out there, and I tell you, I have a couple of fanboys that get comment on my YouTube page, and I'm like, can you guys quit being so
I
much
know.
jerks and just be nice? We can get along. Quit trying to have this
No.
thing. And you're right. It's like they are particular when it comes to things. They downright rude with it. And as a head of marketing, and like representing a brand and a company, how do you keep your calm? Because I want to learn from you, Crystal. Please teach me how to just relax.
Teach you my ways.
Yes.
It's really about not taking it personally, which is what I think is the main thing. So when I would see comments like, oh, some people were kind of like, I don't like the look of the controller. You're going to get that, but I can't take it personally. Yes, I had a hand in developing this and things like that, but everybody has their own opinion. And, first it really did bother me, but over the years, I've realized, you can't take these things personally. Everyone's going to have an opinion. I have opinions on other things.
Tell us about your journey.
So I've been doing marketing for a few years, but this job opportunity came up about a year ago. I've only been with the company since July of last year. But I saw, and I knew, I just knew, because I was like, God, I need to put my amazing gaming skills and background and industry knowledge to use, and this would be the perfect opportunity. And honestly, it really has just fallen into place. It feels so natural when I'm doing marketing things here, or developing campaigns, just because I am really who I'm trying to target. So it's kind of common sense to me. So it's worked out really well.
Awesome. Were there some haters out there and said, why do you want to go market some gaming out there? Why don't you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Any haters out there? You can tell me. I won't tell nobody.
I mean, there's always going to be haters, but with anything anybody does. And so, and you know what, you just got to roll with it at this point,
No, that is so true, so true. And in looking at your website right now, you guys launched this website not too long ago, and this website is phenomenal. And what are some of the things people can find on the website?
So you'll kind of find about all our plug and play items, any of our portable handhelds. So you can kind of see it scrolling. Those are our controllers. We have these cool little mini arcades that you can kind of take with you. And other little, like that one is our Gamer Max. It's a portable. It has 300 games built in. Some really cool stuff on there. And these are kind of our baseline. And we'll be rolling out some even cooler things, particularly around E3. We're going to do some licensed versions, which is going to be really great.
Are you kidding me? Licensed version? Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I don't know about you, but are you a fan of any Data East games like Burger Time or Karate Champ?
Oh, absolutely. And I remember when we talked, I said, that's Burger Time. I love Burger Time. We talked about it with throwing salt. Remember that? Throwing salt and pepper.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's, those should be hitting stores actually in July. So, yeah.
Ooh, boy.
So get ready.
Yeah, I am gonna get ready. We get ready with, and Crystal, when it comes to the vision of the company, My Arcade, what are some other things you guys have in the fire? Anything you can share with us, or but besides that, or what are you guys always looking to do in the arcade stream of things?
So what we really want to do is become your ultimate source for retro gaming. So on the arcade side, we're going to continue to work with other large developers like Data East, and continue to come out in waves of your classic type of arcade games. What we also want to pursue, we're coming out with another piece that'll help kind of bring some of your modern age things into perspective, like a converter, so that a lot of TVs come with HD now instead of the 3RCA inputs. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to look into ways with that. Potentially things that would help out, like cords or cables if you've lost them for your old systems. We might come out with things like that as well. So really just your ultimate source for anything retro.
So Crystal, how can ones find out when can they purchase these games? Because we showed the website. Now, when are these games available again? Because I think we talked about it, but for repetition's sake, when are these available for us?
Sure. So the actual NES controllers are available now on Amazon. So you can pick up any of the models you like on Amazon right now. And then the arcades will be first available in Staples. I believe in June is the time frame, or I'm sorry, July is their time frame to release those in stores. So just in time for like back to school, if somebody wants one for their dorm or what have you. And at E3, we'll actually have some more announcements pertaining to the licensed arcade line.
And that's one thing I wanted to ask you too. Now E3 is open to the public now too, so that means more fanboy. Well, what's your take on that? Because I'm like split either way. Because I'm like, I think it's great for the manufacturers and businesses like yourself to get consumers hands on so that they can try it out. But then I see the flip side of it. When you unleash fanboy on something like that, is it going to be like West Side Stories where you have these two different fractions trying to argue and everything about things? What's your take on it?
I'm actually surprised that they did it because they sold about like 15,000 tickets, I think, for the general public. I like that they did it because I know that a lot of gamers really want to attend E3, and it's always been just industry exclusive. So it does give the opportunity to people, and it also gives us an opportunity to meet, fans or to get feedback from the general public, which is great. The only thing I'm actually concerned about is, I don't know about you, but the lines are always crazy as is. So to kind of add another 15,000 people on top of that is a little scary.
It is, and unfortunately for you and I, we get the front of the line pass. We don't have to. We don't have to wait in lines. That's one good thing about being a developer and an exhibitor, and then being in media. So we don't have to deal with that. But I know another gamer friend of mine who's disabled. We were talking about that. Like, man, us trying to just navigate to get to that point. These lines are going to be there, but it's going to be interesting. And I think based on this E3. We'll see what happens for next year.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, though. I'm very excited for E3 this year.
Yeah, I'll take some selfies with some fanboys out there. So if you see me out there rolling, hit me up. I will take selfies with you guys. We'll have peace. We'll have peace in Los Angeles. Yes, we will. So, Crystal, great talking to you, my dear, and we look forward to catching up with you at E3 and seeing what you guys are doing out there. And great catching up with you.
Thank you so much, Paula. I look forward to seeing you too.
I'd like to thank the beautiful Crystal Dugan, head of marketing over there at My Arcade. I'm going to catch up with Crystal at E3 2017. We're doing a live interview with her there. She shares something with me off the camera that is just bananas. You guys do not want to miss that. See, inquiring minds want to know. A lot of things go on behind the camera. One of these days, I'm going to have to set up like a video where you can see and hear us interact with some of our guests. Well, it's time for us, in the words of Biff Tannen, to make like a tree and get out of here. Crystal probably knows that reference too. And until next time, I'll talk to you. Great show next week. You don't want to miss. And what are we going to talk about next week? You have to tune in to find out. I'm Paul Amadeus Lane. This is the Tech Zone, and you are amazing. And take care of yourself. I'll talk to you next time.
Take a little trip with me, and hopefully you can see how hood, suburbs, and Main Street are all connected. Non-respected, we network across the globe, cause it's a global market in case you didn't know.